The Rings of Power Episode 5 Recap. The Harfoots are back. The stranger is learning their language and acts a bit like a child who's discovering the world for the first time. He learns of the word peril and associates himself and bad things with it, but Nori calls him good.
I'm good.
You're good.
We get an awesome travel montage with a great song by Poppy. Malva, who's now my top pick for Sauron, suggests leaving Nori's family behind. After being attacked by wolf-like creatures, the stranger protects Nori, Poppy, and Malva by creating a sort of magic shockwave, but he injures himself in the process. Perhaps the stranger is learning how to function in human form for his first time. Later, he heals himself with some sort of ice magic, and Nori gets caught in it. Seriously, what's his deal? Could he be a known wizard or someone else? These weird people seem to be tracking him, and they even have an object that seems to show the constellation that the stranger has been drawing and seeking. One of them has an eye symbol on their armor, which could represent Sauron. Could they be servants of Sauron or something else entirely? Adar basks in the sun and wants the same thing for his orc friends, or children, or whatever their relationship is. I love how he seems to care for the orcs and that they call him father. They've finished their tunnel, and Adar seems to believe that soon the sun will go away, or at least be covered, so that the orcs won't need to cover themselves anymore. He says that when the sun is gone, the part of him that knew its warmth will be gone as well, and he'll miss it. Is the building of the tunnel somehow related to this? Could they be about to set off the volcanic ash from Mount Doom? And why do they need the sword hilt at the tower? Is it necessary in order to bring Sauron back for some reason? Bronwyn gives a rousing speech of hope to the people hiding in Ostirith, but then the creepy old Sauron supporter takes about half of the people to go and join up with Adar's armies, assuming that Adar is Sauron. Later, the old man and those who follow him, including Theo's friend Rowan, learn that Adar is probably not Sauron, and he forces the old man to kill Rowan to prove his allegiance. It looks like we'll be getting into a big battle next episode. Theo also reveals the dagger to Arondir and Bronwyn. A lot happens in Numenor, but here are the basics. The Queen Regent Miriel, Elendil, Galadriel, Isildur and his friends, and other supporters of the elves are preparing to leave the island kingdom to go fight in Middle-earth. Pharazôn supports the plan, but seems to want to use the opportunity to grow Numenor's trade and reach. Pharazôn's son Kemen and Eärien, Elendil's daughter, seem to be against it, and Kemen even tries to sabotage one of the ships. Halbrand is on the fence, and it's unclear if he truly wants a simple life as a blacksmith, or if he's manipulating everyone to make them think that he's against going to Middle-earth. Elendil doesn't trust that Isildur is really ready to go and fight, but after Isildur saves Kemen's life from the fire that he started on one of the ships, Isildur is given the opportunity to join the army and fight. Tar Palantir, the king, is against the plan and tells Miriel that all that awaits for her there is darkness. Eventually, Galadriel convinces Halbrand to go as the uncrowned king of the Southlands, and they set sail to Middle-earth with as many soldiers as they can fit on their remaining ships. Finally, in my favorite storyline of the show so far, we see Durin, Elrond, and Celebrimbor back in Lindon, visiting with the king of the elves, Gil-galad. The best line in the show so far was,
"Give me the meat, and give it to me raw."
Thankfully, Elrond keeps his promise not to reveal the Mithril, but after Gil-galad and Celebrimbor explain to Elrond their need to return the light of the Eldar to the elves from what is supposedly trapped deep in the minds of the dwarves, Elrond is able to convince Durin to go and ask his father if they can in fact share the dwarf secret with the elves and potentially save the elves in the process. Apparently, the origin story that Gil-galad tells about how the Mithril was formed from lightning, a Silmaril in a tree, and a fight between an elf and a Balrog is not accurate to the lore of the books. So it makes me wonder if they're taking serious creative liberties with the lore, or if the people in-world are unaware of the truth, or if perhaps Gil-galad and Celebrimbor are intentionally misleading Elrond and Durin for an as-of-yet unknown reason. Could they already be under Sauron's influence? What do you think? As always, give me your best theories in the comments. Please like and subscribe, and check out my other long-form content for quality fantasy and especially Wheel of Time book lore, episode breakdowns, theories, and more. Special thanks to my Patreon and YouTube supporters who continue to make this possible. You can support me for as little as $1 per month here on YouTube or on Patreon. Thanks for watching and sharing.